Greetings, everyone. This is a shot of whiskey, and happy Thanksgiving, even for those of you who don't live in the United States and therefore don't celebrate it. I wanted to make this video because as I was listening to talk radio, well, yesterday, on Wednesday, I had heard a point brought up that the very first Thanksgiving dinner, you know, the one that took place with the Native Americans and the Pilgrims, well, first of all, it wasn't just a single meal. I guess apparently it was a whole week-long thing, unless I misheard that part. But the more important aspect is the very first one happened exactly 400 years ago. It happened in 1621. I thought that was kind of neat, but it kind of got me into some things that I had remembered learning in the past, including when George Washington was president. He had declared a certain day in November. I don't remember exactly which day it was. I want to say it was the 26th. Where there would be a day of Thanksgiving and prayer. It was supposed to be a day of Thanksgiving and prayer, which I think that is the reason why Abraham Lincoln, or at least part of the reason why, Abraham Lincoln, when he officially established the Thanksgiving holiday that we know of today, I think that's why he chose the fourth Thursday of November instead of it being more in October where the original Thanksgiving was apparently took place. Which I guess the Canadians are a little bit better at that. But so it kind of got me into thinking. I wanted to share with you guys some things that I'm thankful for, as well as some things that I am praying for. And I know that some of you are probably atheists. Just think of it as things that I'm hopeful for, if that'll make you feel better. Some things that I'm thankful for, obviously, this is definitely the number one thing. I am thankful that my son is in my life. I'm glad that he was born and that his mother didn't listen to her bitch friends and aborted him. I don't remember if I ever mentioned this on this channel, but a couple of her friends found out about her being pregnant before I did, and they tried to convince her to abort the child and not even tell me that he even existed. I don't think that was because they knew that I'm pro-life. But anyways, I'm glad that she didn't listen to them, that she chose to listen to reason. I'm glad that my son is here. I'm glad that my son is alive. I'm glad that my son is happy. I'm glad that my son is healthy. And I'm glad that I have custody and she doesn't. I'm trying to make sure that he grows up to be a man someday. And I worry that if she had him, he probably would grow up to be one of those who hates himself because he's a straight white male and wants to identify as some fairykin something or rather. I'm thankful that I have my job, even though there's a lot of issues involved with it, such as the shitty leadership and the not great pay rates. But despite the not great pay rate, there's a very good likelihood that thanks to our current kid sniffer in chief, I'm going to have to pay more taxes probably to make up for all these lazy losers who are getting paid to stay at home and pretend to be scared. But nonetheless, I'm still glad that I have the job. I'm glad that I'm being somewhat productive in the world. Although, yeah, I would like something better. I'm thankful that for the last week or so, 3 major cases, we have seen justice served. There was the 2 that both involved self-defense. And I'm trying to be careful with this one because I actually got a temporary ban on Twitter because I dared to say that one of them acted in self-defense. I actually got a ban for that because it was premiere vanity. But I'm glad that they were both found to be not guilty. And I think it's also kind of, I guess you could say, fate or ironic or destiny or whatever, that they were both found innocent on International Men's Day. Yeah. And there was also one that happened, well, I guess from this perspective, yesterday, involving a case in Georgia where the 3 individuals were found guilty of almost all of the charges. And I think that's another case where justice was served. I will admit I don't know all of the details involving that, but from what I know, right call was made. I'm thankful for the MGTOW philosophy and technically the red pill philosophy as well. I think with these, I've been able to embrace who I am a little bit more as an individual and not feel bad that I haven't had a serious relationship since my ex, that I haven't had my pee-pee touched in years. Seriously, I don't even remember the last time I had sex. But I see nothing wrong with it. In fact, I'm glad about it. And I'm also thankful that I've got to meet interact with a whole lot of you guys. In fact, I'll even name a few. There's Yorkshire, MGTOW, James Von Maxwell, Lord Bite Me Man, Ruby the Party Frog, and a whole lot of others that I follow on YouTube. I'm obviously not going to list them all because I want to try to have this video not exceed 15 minutes like I tend to do. My last thankful for, and I guess you could say this is kind of more of a silly one, is I'm thankful that Bethesda finally fixed Skyrim. For those of you who don't know, a couple weeks ago they released a upgrade, I guess you could call it that, to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Skyrim. And, you know, I was playing it for a while. I didn't pay for the full one, but I got a little bit of it. I got fishing. You can go fishing. It's fun. And after like 3 days of playing, all you get is like a black screen. And you couldn't play it. It was kind of bullshit. So they finally fixed it, which is great. I have now officially fished in 8 of the 9 holds in Skyrim. I just have to figure out where the hell to go in Hellmarch, I believe, is the name of it. For those of you who do play Skyrim, it's the one where Morthal is in. I think it's called Hellmarch. Some things that I'm praying for. The first thing that stands out to me is the Americans who are still in Afghanistan. Last I heard, we really haven't done a whole lot in terms of bringing them back home. That's fucking sad. I don't even know if they're alive. I don't know if anybody knows if they're alive still or not. I would imagine that at least some of them are probably dead because they've probably been found out by these disgusting psychopaths over there. I want to pray for the victims of the somewhat recent holiday parade attack, as well as their families. It was a horrible, tragic event, one that the mainstream media is obviously, of course, trying to hide as much as possible because they know that their narrative will get absolutely destroyed by it. I pray for the future of this country. In particular, there's the good people who still live in a lot of these leftist shitholes, like the nearby Portland, Oregon. I know that there's good people who still live there. Not just people who are on the right and voted for Donald Trump, but even some people on the left are good people. And I feel so bad for them because of the way that a lot of these cities are running. And I also, you know, kind of go along with the future of the country. I'm also praying that our freedoms will be maintained and restored. Tying into another thing that I want to pray for is that my son will reach adulthood. And then he won't have his life or his freedoms taken away by the Orwellian government that's literally being built in front of our eyes. And even if it does like get delayed or ended before it really gets into full fruition, I also don't want his life to be taken or destroyed by someone who can help him make babies himself when he gets to be that age. I will say this, if my son wants to get married, okay, that'll be his decision. He'll be an adult. I will hope that by the time he gets to that point, he'll fully understand why it is that I never did. But he'll be an adult. That'll be his choice. And the last thing that I want to pray for is that every single one of you who watches my content, whether it be regularly or everywhere once in a while, just to be like, hey, Whiskey's still alive, that you guys will have a wonderful day today, as well as a prosperous life. Because I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate what you guys do, that we've made connections, that we follow. And including those of you who are new subscribers. I saw that I'm at 183 now. Never had that many before, so thank you to the new subscribers. I also wish you a good day today and a prosperous life from here on out. So, anyways, I'm going to cap this off before it gets to 10 minutes. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and especially today, if you abuse alcohol, it will abuse you back. Take care, everyone.